Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel Learning Hub. Now the agenda of this video is while loop. We already finished, so I all covered so many examples of for loop. Now we will move ahead with the while loop. So the while loop is also, we can replace for loop by while loop and while loop by for loop. The difference between the two loops is while loop is the conditional loop which executes till the condition is true, and for loop is counting loop till the count is over. Till that time for loop executes. So basically while loop is used when we don't know how many times iteration is to be done. So we can set a condition till that condition is true, iteration is done. But when we know how many times we want to execute the loop, we can use for loop also. So this is the syntax of for loop. Whatever statements are there, here we will initialize the variable for which the condition will be checked. While is a keyword. After that we put condition and then body of loop and further statements. So this is the simple syntax of while loop. Suppose we want to print the very basic example. Suppose we want to print 1 to 10 numbers. So we can simply write x is equal to 1 while x is less than equal to 10. Print x and x is equal to x plus 1. So in this, initialization is done here, condition checking is done here, and print x means we are printing the value. First time 1 will be printed and increment will be done inside the loop. In for loop we use the range function which was used to increment the value of I. Increment the value of any variable which we are using with for loop. So but in while in the body of loop only we have to increment. Suppose we are not using this increment of value, obviously this will be infinite loop because value of x will be always less than 10. Here value of x is 1. This will be always less than 10. So it will execute the infinite loop. So if we are using this x is equal to x plus 1, after printing the value of x 10 times, it will come out of the loop. So I'll take one example so that you can clearly understand why we use while loop and why we use for loop. So this is the program which will be used to find the sum of numbers entered by the user. We already used for loops for finding the sum and average. The difference between two is, in that previous example the number of numbers were fixed, means we were calculating the average of 10 numbers. We were calculating sum of 10 numbers. In this case we don't know how many times user want to enter number. In that case we will use while loop. So how it will work? Sum is equal to 0 initially. ANS is equal to y. We have taken a variable which can check for the condition, whether the condition is true or not. While ANS is equal to y or ANS equal to y means if the user will enter capital letter or small letter, in this case initially ANS is y, so this condition is true. At least one time it will execute. It will come here, float input enter number. This is the number which we want to add. So sum is equal to sum plus x. Sum was initially 0. Suppose we have entered 5. So the sum will be 0 plus 5, that is 5. So answer, do you want to continue small y or capital Y? Anything you can enter if you want to add more number. Suppose I have entered y. So again it will come here. The ANS is still y. So this condition is true. It will come here. Do you want to enter number? Enter number. Suppose I have entered 6. 6 sum is equal to sum plus number, that is 11 now. And again it will come here. Do you want to continue? If you want to continue, you can input y or capital Y. Otherwise you can just go, you can enter any other character, any other number, so it will come out of the loop. So in this way while function works. Now the next thing is else, loop else, break and continue. See, loop else is used when the loop completely execute. It is not terminated in between. Means, suppose we have break. I have already explained in my previous video. Suppose you want to come out of the loop. Suppose I have used a loop for I in range 1 to 10. If I is equal to 5, break. Else, print I. In this case, this loop will execute 10 times. So, if I is 5, means the value of I is 1, 2, 3, 4. At that time, it will come to else and it will print 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as value of I is 5, so it will break. Means it will come out of the loop and this loop will not execute 10 times. It will only execute 4 times. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So when the loop is not executed completely, so if we are using else in this indent, you can see the indent in for loop. In that case, this loop will execute successfully. Then this else will execute. For loop completed. So in this case, when in this case, as we have used the break, in that case this will not execute completely, means the value of I will never reach 9. In that case, it will not go to else. Hence, this else will not execute it. So, suppose I have used here comment, so this will not be executed. So, directly it will print the value of I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 9. So this loop is complete. As if the loop is complete, it will come to else and it will print the loop completed, the for loop completed. So loop else is executed with for loop and with while loop when the loop executes completely. No break is there. Now next thing is continue. Suppose we have used here, suppose here I have used continue. In this case, continue means it will not go to the next line. This next here. So, in this case, for I in range 1 to 10, it will come here. Value of I is 5. First iteration, the value of I is not 5. So, it will print. It will keep on printing 1, 2, 3, 4. When value of I is 5, continue means it will not execute the further statements. Whatever statements were there in for loop, those statements will not be executed and directly it will go to next iteration. Means after continue, nothing will be executed and directly it will go to next iteration. So the output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So continue does not allow the control to go to the next statement and it will directly send the control to the next iteration. So I will demonstrate all these things on my laptop.
So my dear students, you can see this is a simple program of for loop in which it will print the numbers from 1 to 11. So upper limit is 11. So it will not print 1 to 11, it will print 1 to 10. So when we will run this program, you can see the output. That is, it will print all the numbers from 1 to 10. So if we want to replace this with a while loop, so you can see in for we have counter as I. So same I we have to use and initial value is 1 and maximum value is 11. So wherever we are using for loop, we have to use while, and condition is while I is less than 11. Initialization we have done before while. This is the body of loop. This will be as it is. Now counter. In for loop we have by default counter of 1. So in this we have to use counter I plus is equal to 1. This we can use. If step value is 2, we can use I plus is equal to 2. So now you can run this program. You can see this program will print the result 1 to 10. Now again come to the same program, the use of use of break and continue. As I already told you, the break command will break the break statement, will break the execution, and it will just terminate the loop and it will come out of the loop. So suppose I am printing the numbers from 1 to 10, function F5. You can see we can print the number from 1 to 10. Now if you want to use break and continue, so directly you can use this one. So break and continue. Now in this case, when value of I is 1, it will come here. The I is equal to 5, no. It will come here, I is equal to 3, no. And then it will print I, that is output will be 1. In second iteration, the value of I is 2. It will not match this condition as well as this condition, so it will print it. So now the output is 1, then 2. Then our value of I is 3. It will not match this, but it will match this condition. So it will come inside the loop, and what is written inside? Continue. That means it will skip all the other statements after continue and it will go to the next iteration. So it is not going to print 3. Directly it will go to next. That is value of I is 4. This is false. This is false. It will print 4. Now the output will be 1, 2 and 4. 3 will not be printed. When it will come to 5, the what is the statement? Break. Break means it will terminate the loop. It will come out of the loop. I'll run the program to show you the output. Function F5, you can see 1, 2 and 4. It is not going to print 3, and at 5 it is terminating the loop. So the output is 1, 2 and 4. Now the loop else is a statement that is executed when the loop is completed and no break statement is there. In this, I is 1, I is less than 10, print I is equal to I plus 1. This program already I have explained. If I is equal to 5, then break. It means this loop will run for 1, 2, 3 and 4. Whenever value of I will go to 5, it will terminate the loop. When the loop is terminated and it is not completed, this else will not be executed. Function F5, you can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now I'll remove this if statement. So function F5 again. Now no termination is there. I'll just close it. I'll run it again. Function F5. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 and then loop completed. Because there was no abnormal termination of loop, that is why else will be executed and we'll get the result.
So my dear students, I hope you understood the difference between for loop and while loop and the concept of loop else, break and continue. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you and have a nice day.